Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We have MaNa going up against Clem, Liquid, teamkill. It's the Homestory Cup 25. 25, guys. I know we were covering the ESL Spring 2024 Open Bracket, but these replays just hit the web. And I felt like we need to get a head start on those as well, so people know that I'll be covering a bunch of the Homestory Cup games. But I'll be sure to finish the knockout brackets for the ESL as well. So don't be afraid. I'll also finish a couple of those games. MaNa's being proxy raxed here. Doesn't find the proxy rax. He's looking around with the probe. And this is Amphion, which is a little bit of a weird map with these mineral walls in between the bases. I think Reapers also can't get there. Nope, they can't get into like the little pocket between the bases. So this is how maps look, where people are close by air nowadays. And I feel like this is a map that gets vetoed a lot. But apparently these two are willing to play, and we see double gas here. And MaNa does not see a barracks, and he's like, what is up? Soon there will be a factory, but for now, SCV blocking the Nexus. I don't know if he's doing MaNa a favor or not with that. Probably not. And the Reaper can actually harass these probes a lot, and as long as the Nexus doesn't start. That's probably the damage that Clem is actually looking for here. Bunker got started and cancelled immediately. Doesn't get like a bunker up sneakily in the back. The Reaper arrives, doesn't block the Nexus from going down. And the SCV does somehow stay alive. The Reaper gets a kill on the probes. And 3 kills in total. I think the probe on the other side of the map also died. The factory is going down. And the Reaper actually sneaking in a 3rd kill when we looked away there for a second. Holy moly. Do see Stargate underway, and a dip from MaNa here is on the field. 2 Reapers are now on the map. And in the meanwhile, we see a CC going down for Clem as well. Wow, a CC fits here, actually. Kind of looked like this gas would just barely block it for some reason. But it actually fits. It's kind of cool. One of the Reapers does go down. We see additional pro kills. Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh my god, I was just passively looking at that. But look at this. 8 probes have died to the 2 Reapers. And that is a lot of probe damage. MaNa now on 18 probes. And Giga losing here. I was kind of dreaming away, thinking about Tal'Darim Altar. I don't know if you guys remember that 4-player map. But you could put specifically a hatchery behind the minerals, so that if a player came in to scout the main base, saw nothing, went away, your base would go unscouted as a Zerg. Which was a pretty cool... Yeah, it was just cool to do as a Zerg player, especially in ZVZ. Hiding a base is pretty strong. So being able to hide it like that. So if you somehow come into like an early base race, you can like build a Nexus here or here to mine the gas without them seeing it. I don't know if that's of any use. Maybe you can mine the 1 mineral. I guess you can mine like 2 minerals decently efficiently. And now Clem just playing the control game here. This Oracle not getting anything done. It's 1 kill to its name. And it is a Reaper, apparently. What? Oh my god, he's making more oracles. We're going for a 2nd and a 3rd oracle. So MaNa really banking on these oracles doing some damage in the future, or at least holding off any amount of push. There are 3 cyclones on the map, and I suppose oracles are pretty good against those if they are in higher numbers, because they can get on top of these oracles and just end their lives. I do like how they look so goddamn derpy. Oracle finds another Reaper. Boom, 2nd Reaper goes down. We see a Twilight Council going down here for MaNa. And now the Oracles are underway. To perhaps find some damage. A third one is there as well. Are there any turrets in this mineral? I know there are not. We'll zoom out action. There are Marines and Cyclones. They're just moving out. And the Oracles are swooping on in. They get the target lock on the Cyclone. But the Cyclone target locks them right back and does it better. Oracle does fall, and no Cyclones were killed. 2 SCVs go down. But that's not really the damage you're looking for if you're MaNa. We do see a proxy pylon here as well. So perhaps MaNa's thinking about doing something a little bit aggressive. Might see like 2 more gates coming out. Oh, there's the 4th one at least. So 4 gate blink and 2 more get started here in the natural of MaNa. So this is a blink stalker all in. I think. 3 gas, blink stalker all in. No more probes being built. And there is an attack from Clem coming across the map here. And that's probably MaNa's best chance of defending this, because he's actually all-inning. But his gates aren't quite done yet. These stalkers are still being created with normal gateways. The gateway research is so late. Did he forget? Oh my lord, look at the gateway research. It's so far away. Now, the nuclear battery starts up and gets taken down right away. This is the most anticlimactic game we're going to see today, I hope. Because Clem is shutting down MaNa here in game number 1. MaNa shutting himself down in game number 1. And Clem takes him down. And Clem takes a pretty swift victory there in game 1 on Amphion, which is a pretty cool map, in my opinion. And now we are here on Crimson Court, which in itself is also a pretty cool map. We have the Rich Geyser. If you look at the minimap, we have on 2 sides areas blocked off with these minerals and rocks that you have to mine out first or destroy. I mean, you're destroying or mining rocks either way. And if you go through the middle, you do have this nice Rich Geyser to kind of reward you for expanding towards your opponent. But it is facing your opponent always, so they can harass it pretty well. Think about siege tanks, or even, I guess, stalkers could hit it. Corrosive bile, even mutts, mutus. Now, before the action kicks off, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, if you enjoy me casting the video game. I would be, you know, thrilled. I don't know, that sounded very honest. It's just, I don't know. It feels weird to have to plug the thing, but I know that it works, supposedly. And hitting those 500 submarinos is an important benchmark, so we're trying to work towards that slowly but surely. Of course, very grateful for those that are watching at all, you know. Factory going down. We have a reactor. No Reaper made, just straight reactor, and now we go for double Marine? 1 Reaper at least. No double Reaper, might go for the double Reaper now? That's so weird. I guess it's a reactor for the factory, but then why not make the Reaper earlier? I guess the Reaper finishes faster than the reactor, and then you don't have the gas to make the factory. But it's still a little weird. Clem's starting a Hellion here because, you know, if you don't make anything, you make it very obvious that you want to swap off the factory to the reactor right away. MaNa does get a lot of information here. Does see the CC going down as well. Cyclone coming out from Clem again, playing pretty safe here, but does not get 10 probe kills with his first Reaper because he didn't make any. It's kind of a mistake to be not... Oh, what? What? Huh? I checked the unit. Okay, whatever. There's a Reaper. Oh no, he just made that. He just made it. Oh my god. I am awake, I swear. Which is very hot today. But yeah, it's still a mistake as Clem to not make as many Reapers as the game would allow, because Clem Reapers are kind of insane. More barracks are coming up, but also a third command center. Damn, dude. So he's given up like an early expansion for a very fast third base and more infrastructure. Didn't make a lot of units at all, because he doesn't have to defend the second base. Kind of like this from Clem. What a cool setup. The other side of the map, though, MaNa's going for Phoenix. And the first Oracle is out. And, ooh, Clem scouts that right away. You can see it in the starport if you look. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. There's the Phoenix there. So MaNa knows that it is Phoenix play, and that basically got scouted at his earliest convenience. And that's not very convenient for MaNa. So let's see what he can get done with these Phoenix. They do have a lot of area to play with, where Marines won't be chilling, where there's probably no Widow Mines, and a lot of angles to hit, because there is some dead space behind the main as well. This Cyclone knows all about it. He was born in the void, molded by it. You merely adopted the void, Mr. Cyclone. I haven't seen the actual movie, by the way, but... Or, yeah, it's a movie. There's also a shit ton of Batman games. Don't want to be wrong there on my nerd references. And more Phoenix are coming out, and we see the Colossus Den coming out, the Robotics Bay. So this is going to be Phoenix Colossus. And, I mean, as soon as that gets rolling, it becomes very strong. So you often see the Terrans go for, like, a ghost push, where they invest in some early ghosts, get a bunch of Vikings, pull the boys, and just go effing kill them. So let's see, are we going to see an extra robo? When are we going to see a third base? For now we see MaNa on 2 base. Third base goes down right now. And Mr. Clem is going for Comet Shields and Stim and +1 and Medevac. So he's a pretty clear timing to hit with this set of units. And if MaNa manages to overrun this force and kill the first couple medevacs, that is going to be really rough. If this force moves out and the medevacs lag behind, it might even get worse. This is pretty cool from MaNa. This probably isn't visible to Clem, but now it is. Let's see if he sees it. We can see it, but if I'm playing, I never see it. I never see the effing shimmers, only if it's DTs. Because you're looking for those fuckers, but the observers, I never see that shit. Especially when they're not moving. And the Phoenix, they are on the hunt for these medevacs. If you can kill at least one of these, like, stimming becomes a bigger investment because one medevac just doesn't heal that fast. So a lot of your stimmed units just won't get healed up before you want to stim again. Or at least a couple. More Colossus, more Phoenix. Colossus range almost halfway done. We also see a Twilight Console and a Forge for MaNa. And Clem is just taking it easy here. Let's see, do we see a Ghost Den? We do see the Ghost Academy with +1 armor coming up for the bio. And we see 2 Vikings at a time for Clem here. Another reason why sniping those medevacs is so big. Because it's production time on the starport, which usually Terrans don't make a second one until at least their 4th base. It's a pretty big commitment to get a second starport with a reactor. Like, it takes a while to build. And then also, the units that come out of a starport are pretty expensive. Oh, the Phoenix fly into the Marines. That was 2 Phoenix just dead. Straight up dead. Donation. Thank you. Thank you, chat. I love donation. We have how many Colossus? 2 Colossus on the field. Phoenixes are ready to intercept any drop coming from the top. MaNa seems to have a very, very comfortable position. We do see the ghosts coming out from Clem here. We see a 4th base even, so Clem looking to play a longer game into this Phoenix Colossus, maybe feeling like he can't really punish this anymore. I see a bunch of gates going down, charge, finishing up +1, finishing up for MaNa. And all of this from one Robo, one starport. How many Phoenix do we still have? 5? No extra Phoenix are being created. So MaNa's going to have a pretty sizable ground force for a Phoenix Colossus player. Because you can also go like 14 Phoenix, right? And try to dive this mineral line, kill as many SCVs as possible, delay the Terran, maybe kill a medevac. You know, that feels fun. But the problem is that strong usually wins out over fun in these competitive video games. Because winning is more fun usually than losing with the fun whatever. Fun deck, fun unit, fun hero, fun unit composition, fun race. Luckily, it plays her. Big charge load run by. We saw Harston do this a lot as well in his games, and it worked out pretty well. These goddamn zombies chomp away at your workers if you don't look out. We do see some EMPs going down, and MaNa's giving chase to the ground army from Clem as well. Look at these 2 medevacs. They're A-moved, so they get stuck on the one unit that needs healing. And somehow, MaNa wasn't, like, prioritizing killing those medevacs. I'm super confused. I thought that was a huge catch. But still, no medevacs here except for this one. Oh, this one didn't die, actually. What happened there? We did see 10 SCV kills going down. A couple units stuck here in the main, but oh my god, I thought that was a whole lot better for MaNa than it ended up being. Only 2 Phoenix left. No extra Phoenix is being constructed, so it's all up to the Sentry Stalker to be the anti-air here. And even +1 air is coming out to support these Vikings in the air. I would almost love a +1 vehicle just for those 4 medevacs. But a secondary army is just a bit too expensive. Oh my god, that's a pretty sizable army there from MaNa here in the front. Where is Clem hiding all of his units? Guess they were in the main. And now, oh, the Colossus, can they just bzz away at the mineral line? Oh, this looks like a very awkward position. Half the units of Clem are just not fighting at all. That was a super good trade for MaNa. Like I said, this back ridge can be abused a lot by your opponent if you don't, if you are not careful. Needs to select these 2 zealots and steal them out of the group so they can go hitting SCVs without being pulled away every time you F2 or just select the main army hotkey. Disruptor goes down. 20 SCVs have gone down here, and the Colossus doing a lot of work to the bio army of Clem. And I think that earlier bad trade wasn't enough, and now the 3rd base is going down. Dude, MaNa, are you for real? His transitions have been so smooth. The Disruptors just kind of like waddled on in there like, yep, we are a Disruptor army now. I don't know why you are making Vikings. Colossus are just not a thing anymore. Do see a Widowmine drop here, moving out from a Clement. But if I look at the supplies, MaNa in the driver's seat here in game number 2. And there's already a cannon here, buddy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I build a cannon for you? Every Protoss on the ladder when I try to go hatch first. Look at Clem's army, it's so pitiful. It's just so pitiful. And when I look at MaNa supply, I'm like, damn. He can max out at a whim. 4 Disruptors over here, 2 more in production. How's he gonna fight against that? I don't see any Liberators. I don't see an overwhelming amount of bio either. Oh, the Disruptor hit. Make sure that the SCVs can't repair this PF, it dies. And Clem now stuck on 3 bases. And I like this retreat from MaNa. I like it a lot. You can just remax and start trading again. He's adding on more gateways. We already have 7, 4 more underway. Going to have a nice gateway count once that finishes. Nice snipe there by Clem. Nicely chasing the Protoss army. Does get a Disruptor kill for his efforts. That's what I was looking for. Now we have a triple medevac drop, but before it can even hit the natural, MaNa's already in Clem's face, killing his dudes. And that is not a good thing for Clem. You want this drop to keep MaNa back. But instead, MaNa is already advancing into the center of your bases. And we all know that the writing is on the wall once a big army is in the center of your bases. And Clem sees that writing on the wall and calls GG, my liquid brother. We are going to a game number 3 as MaNa takes a pretty convincing win over Clem of all people. And MaNa taking game number 2 on Crimson Court brings us to a game number 3 between MaNa and Clem on Ghost River to be our final map. And I mean, we've just been playing the most non-standard maps from the pool and I'm loving it. Clem not going for another proxy Rax here, going for like 2 Reapers that kill 10 probes. I mean, if I had that build order in my pocket, I would go for that in every game. It seems like a sweet, sweet deal. MaNa is going for the Prober Scout here. And he's gonna see everything Clem is up to, and it's not that much yet. It's kind of like Battle Aces, where like, yeah, I see your base, but you're doing nothing. You just have a base. There's no tech structures, there's no scouting. I just look at your deck list. You see an orbital coming up here. And the CC is inbound on the other side of the map. The Nexus is also inbound. Cybernetic score is already down, and no Zealot made this time around. And the Probe being a little bit annoying, not going for a pylon block and actually getting killed there by this ruthless, bloodthirsty SCV, Mr. Billy Bob over there. Martin the Marine saw it happen, but doesn't want to talk about it. And now we see an Adept going down here, being chrono boosted out. Just gonna scout some more, I presume. And we have a factory for Clem, so only 1 barracks and actually no Reaper this game. Just straight Marines. Let's see if this becomes a 2-1-1 or if it's a true 1-1-1. When I see a bunch of Marines, I usually expect there to come a second barracks at some point to make stim for a bunch of Marines and just attack with that. But maybe Clem is planning to throw down a 3rd CC. If you look at the minerals before doing anything else. Nah, it's just for the orbital. Actually, times out just nicely. Oh, 1 Adept getting caught in the middle of the map here. MaNa cancels one of his attacks, sadly. And this Adept is here to eat up all of these Marines. Too bad for MaNa that his Adepts got disjointed there on the map. Now, I mean, these Marines are going to catch up. No? Is the Adept actually faster? Damn, and now it gets into the natural here. Sees that there's no SCVs just yet. But does see more Marines coming up. So I think MaNa might have an idea of what is happening here. He knows that there's a bunch of Marines being pumped out. That's what's happening. What's happening? Shoe battery at the front. I like that, but the Marines are already here. Do the probes need to be pulled off? We have an Oracle that is being rallied away so that MaNa doesn't reveal it and Clem doesn't see it, that there is an Oracle underway. This is decently close by air again, so you might actually find a bit of damage here. But Clem's looking for a bit of damage himself. And the Oracle comes in, clicks down the Mule. Boom, Mule's gone. But there's a Cyclone in the medevac, and the Oracle has to leave. The Mule did die. It was our decently fresh Mule. So that's a bit of income loss there for Clem. Kind of, well, isolating and keeping a tight grip on the base of MaNa here with his units. And are all of these going to be airlifted in? It does look like it. The Marines and the Cyclone get in there. A couple of SCVs were killed by the Oracle that has been recalled now. The probes get caught. There were Phoenix being made. But the Phoenix aren't in high numbers yet. We do have a couple Stalkers and Depths. They're not fighting the army, though. Oh my god, poor Phoenix, tanking all that damage for nothing. Standard off-lane experience when you're tanking all the damage, but your carry just had to farm that one extra camp and didn't bother to show up to the fight in time. It's so fun. Oh my god, look at the production tab. That tells you a lot about the state of this game. Clem is doing all the things, and MaNa is doing all the... Ah! He's killing all my probes! Ah! It's my best MaNa impression right now. Oh, it doesn't get the last shot! Unbelievable. Only 12 HP on this medevac with a Cyclone in there. You can leave 1 and 1 there. You don't have to put all your Stalkers in the main now. But at some point you want to move out with your Stalkers, be active with them. We do get a War Prism here. 4 Stalkers and a War Prism is a very fun combination of units, but it's already 6 minutes. Might not be enough to drop 4 Stalkers and kill a couple of SCVs anymore. And I don't think we're going to have enough Blink Stalkers or anything to cancel Stim this game. And we see the resumed production of Phoenix. We get an Immortal and we have the Robotics Support Bay. So we're going to have Phoenix Colossus again. MaNa liked how the first game went and he wants to see it again here in game number 2. Clem suspiciously has no third base, completely absent here. Here come the 4 Stalkers. I mean, if he warps in a bunch of units, he might be able to cancel an upgrade, but he's going for SCV kills instead. I do like this move. Just click a couple down, and then if trouble arrives, you can just pick up your units. Oh, 1 Stalker does get targeted down in the end there. But 4 SCVs, and the army gets pulled into the main. So that feels pretty worth for MaNa, who wants to be buying time right now. Liberator's on the map, though, guys. That might not be pretty. The War Prism is back in the main, but Clem just left his units there. We have 3 Phoenix. I don't know if that's enough to actually do anything there. Oh my god, 2nd Stalker goes down, and now we have a shift-click Liberator. Actually, Clem controlled that one. I'm kind of impressed. Look at that. The Phoenix is present. Not all of them, but it is one of them. So we can get rid of this Liberator decently fast. But as you can see, no mining for... oh, let's say 10 to 15 seconds. No third base is the big thing here. 7:30, no third base. Like, that's actually such a late third base? I guess they're both reacting to each other not going for a third base. And it's Ghost River, so if you're greedy, you're gonna die to anything. But these ramps do help a lot with defending, and this choke can actually favor the Protoss, I feel like, on this map. I don't see any tanks from the Terran, so like 1 or 2 tanks behind these rocks aren't going to be as annoying. MaNa's pulling back. He needs to keep this position, otherwise the Terran gets an arc on him. Look at Clem putting his units into an arc right away, and now this becomes an awkward position for MaNa, letting his Nexus tank the damage here. 1 Adept does go down to the Widow Mines, and MaNa is going for the defense here, tries to lift up as many Marauders as possible with his Phoenix. And now microing his Colossus back with the War Prism, and he does seem to be clearing up all of that bio. MaNa! Dude, that was sick. No! Oh, okay. Oh my god, thank god this guy's a pro gamer. My heart couldn't take it. I just saw these units walk there, I was like, no, they're dead. What? But I didn't see the War Prism. Holy shit. Okay, MaNa's alive. I was really fearing for his life. All of the medevacs. They're gonna drop on top of the Colossus? Oh no. The War Prism comes in again, goes for the sick micro. Micros the Colossus back. One of them dies, and the second one is very low HP. Another one arrives, but the Viking count is here. The shield battery isn't done yet, and the Colossus be taken down. No, MaNa. GG gets overwhelmed there by Clem with just a bigger army, and once he got that position, just that clean arc on MaNa. I mean, you'd rather have your army over here of the Protoss, and then if he tries to move in, like one force field just makes this area like untouchable. And this area is already like untouchable because, you know, it's the same as if there was a force field. There's a giant rocky force field. Oh my god. But dude, MaNa. Like, he's been playing this game for so long. It's been a while since he won a tournament or even, like, really made a deep run. But he's always been pretty good. So, love seeing him perform. And hope to follow a couple more games from him here in the rest of this Group A for Homestory Cup 25. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope to be bringing you a couple more games from the knockout bracket, ESL 2024, and a whole bunch more Homestory Cup 25. I couldn't make it up myself because, you know, just didn't have the means, and yeah, just wasn't possible for me this time around. Maybe 26 is my number. I've been watching since Homestory Cup 2, so maybe 26 is my number. You never know. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.